Is now accused of murder for a New Year's Day crash, why it took investigators a few weeks to file the charges.
A winter storm buries parts of the Northeast. We'll show you how much snow they're dealing with.
And a former county official learns his punishment in a corruption case.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with breaking news.
Good afternoon to you. We continue to track breaking news out of Lincoln County this afternoon. That is where a man wanted in a violent kidnapping in Missouri has been caught.
The Lincoln County Sheriff says that Robert Caldwell was arrested just before 4 o'clock following a 3-county chase. Our Kristen Kennedy is on her way to that scene, and she's live by phone with the breaking details. Kristen?
County Sheriff says his deputies worked with Casey and Pulaski County deputies to chase Robert Caldwell. Caldwell, he says, stole a car from another county. Sheriff Kurt Folger told us his deputies joined the chase and that Caldwell wrecked directly across from Lincoln County High School. He then says Caldwell got out of the car, started running into a cornfield, and that's when a Lincoln County deputy caught him and arrested him. Caldwell is wanted out of Kansas City, Missouri. Police there say he and another individual kidnapped a 67-year-old man Thursday and also stole that man's van. We're told the victim managed to escape in St. Louis. Investigators found the van abandoned on the Bluegrass Parkway in Bardstown. And we are just now getting into Stamford. That's where FBI agents are heading to question Caldwell. Sheriff Folger says they're keeping Caldwell at the scene until those agents arrive. Sam?
All right, Kristen, thank you. All this happening in the last hour, and we'll have much more coming up in our newscast tonight. A man now faces a murder charge in a deadly New Year's Day crash. The
Madison County Sheriff's Office says 26-year-old Caleb Aldridge was under the influence when he crashed a car, killing a woman and injuring another. WKYT's Victor Puente is tracking the investigation in our top story at 5.
It's been almost 4 weeks since 23-year-old Chelsea Harnack was killed in a crash here in Madison County. Early this morning, deputies arrested the man they say was driving the car she was riding in. The small white car shot off 4 Mile Road around 1 a.m. January 1st. It hit a tree, flipped several times, and came to a rest in a field. All 3 people in that car were thrown from it. Now 26-year-old Caleb Aldridge is facing a murder charge because of the wreck.
And when you're under the influence and then have an accident and someone's death is involved, obviously those are pretty serious charges.
Chelsea Harnack was one of the other people in that car. She died at the scene. The other passenger, 23-year-old Amber Heller, was taken to the hospital along with Aldridge. Her injuries were so severe, police had to wait a few weeks before they could interview her.
Of course, her conditions didn't allow that at the time, and we had to wait and get that done.
Aldridge's mother came to the jail to see him this afternoon. She said she didn't want to go on camera yet. She also said she didn't know how he knew the 2 women involved.
And obviously these charges are very serious. Murder charge and then also the assault first is a pretty stiff penalty. So, but the case led us to that point where we felt those charges were appropriate for what was going on.
Along with that murder charge, Aldridge also faces charges for first-degree assault and driving under the influence. In Madison County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Chelsea Harnack's mother told WKYT that she could not comment on this case.
The skies cleared up this afternoon following a snowy start to our day. Is it a sign we're about to get a break from the wintry weather? WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey's here with the answer. Chris?
It is a little bit of a break, and I do stress the little bit part of that statement. Getting it out there this afternoon and certainly into the middle of the week on Wednesday. Live sky cam looking toward the sun on that western horizon, but you do notice just below that a little bit of cloud cover showing up. So parts of central and eastern Kentucky, a little bubble of some clearing taking place. The clearing, though, is going to win the battle in the short term. 32 degrees right now in Lexington, a little bit of a wind making it feel like it is 25 degrees. Always the wind chill that you should be dressing for. Live First Alert Defender, no repeat performance coming up tonight or into tomorrow. Nothing showing up. We throw the clouds and you notice the little horseshoe, if you will, of some clearing skies now into bluegrass country into the eastern part of the state. But boy, that cloud line is tough here from around Lancaster, Danville, down to Somerset, London, and points to the west. That clearing, though, is going to take over as we go through the evening and allow temperatures to drop from the upper 20s to the low 20s between 7 and 11 o'clock o'clock this evening. Weather headlines. It's a break in the snowy action. Not going to last too long, though. I'm watching a late week clipper and the potential for some snow and winter weather for Super Bowl Sunday. Guys, we went through it last year on Super Bowl weekend. We may try to do it all over again. I'll show you why when I come back in less than 10 minutes.
Thank you, Chris. The early morning snowfall created some slick spots out there on Lexington roads between 6 a.m. and 11 a.m. Lexington police reported more than 20 crashes around the city. 3 of the crashes involved injuries. We're told a salt truck driver also fell and hit his head on a slick spot while stopping to help after a crash. He went to the hospital to be checked out. In the Northeast, a monster storm is delivering a punch to parts of Massachusetts.
Other areas, including New York City, took a much lighter hit. Marley Hall is tracking the situation from New York.
The storm pounded Cape Cod with heavy winds and blinding snow, knocking out power for many residents. First responders helped this elderly couple evacuate.
This morning at 3 o'clock, we had no heat.
In Foxborough, Massachusetts, snow fell all night and through the morning. Some parts of the state had 2 feet of snow. Fred Schultz was out early with his shovel.
A lot of hard work so far, about 2 hours into doing this 4-foot drift from the plows.
The east end of Long Island was the hardest hit area in New York. More than a foot of snow fell in many areas.
The storm had a silver lining for school children. It's a snow day for hundreds of thousands of kids from Maine to New Jersey.
The snowstorm wasn't as bad as I thought, but still, we still got to miss school, so it was all right.
New York was back in business Tuesday after the governor and mayor shut down the roads and the rails overnight.
We got about half as much as what a lot of the projections had been.
The mayor said erring on the side of caution to keep residents safe is a no-brainer. Marley Hall, CBS News, New York.
Thousands of flights in and out of New York and New England have been canceled. We'll show you how the cancellations are affecting travelers here in Lexington. That's coming up at about 5:20. And if you are heading south tonight on Interstate 75 into Tennessee, you may want to find an alternate route. A crash just inside the Tennessee state line has traffic backed up for miles into Whitley County. The Whitley County Sheriff's Office says the crash involved a chemical spill. Southbound 75 is expected to be blocked until about 7:30 tonight.
A child injured in a weekend crash has died. 9-year-old Randall Wells died at UK Hospital 2 days after the crash on Combs Road. Police say that 36-year-old Jason Combs crossed the center line with his car and hit another car. He is charged with DUI, assault, and wanton endangerment. Police say that more charges are likely.
Trooper Thomas will confer with the prosecuting attorneys in Perry County, at which time they will make the decision on which way they should best handle continuing with this situation.
Police say Wells was wearing a seatbelt. They're waiting on the results of toxicology tests on Combs. A former judge executive learned how long he'll spend in prison in a corruption case. Today, a judge sentenced Tim Conley for receiving $100,000 in kickbacks from a contractor as Morgan County recovered from the deadly 2012 tornado outbreak. Our Sean Moody has more on the hearing from Frankfort.
The judge handed that sentence down just before noon today. The former Morgan County judge executive will be in prison for more than 7 years and will have to pay back more than $100,000 in restitution. Cameras aren't allowed inside the courtroom. I sat through the sentencing. In a statement to the court, Conley apologized. Through tears, he told the judge he made a bad choice. He said he never meant to hurt anyone and that he wanted his community to have what other communities had. The judge sentenced Conley to the maximum guideline of 87 months. He told Conley that his crime feeds the people's cynicism of the government and breaks down the fabric of democracy. He also praised Conley for other good work he'd done while office. He said this crime doesn't cancel out his successes, but he also said previous good deeds don't give him a pass. Conley didn't take questions from reporters as he left the courthouse. Mr. Conley, is there any statement you'd like to make to the people of Kentucky or Morgan County?
Not at this time.
Okay. Do you feel the punishment is just?
Not at this time. I just want to go home, guys. Just let me go home and be in peace.
And Conley has to report to prison no later than March 24th. In Franklin County, Sean Moody, WKYT.
Conley has to pay $130,000 in restitution to the state and the county. The Cats getting ready for another road trip.
On Thursday, they'll face a team they beat pretty easily just a couple of weeks ago. WKYT's Rob Bromley's here now with a preview in our Big Blue coverage. Hi, Rob.
Hello, and John Calipari and his team will be going for their 20th win without a loss when they go into Missouri Thursday night. The start stands as the 4th best in UK history. Cal said all the talk of going undefeated does not cross his mind. Still a long ways to go in this regular season. He's still making adjustments, undecided as to what his rotations will be down the line, and he's building to the end of the season.
Our thing is we want to be at our best at the end of the year. I mean, I still think we have a long way to go, both defensively, offensively, you know, trying to figure out what will be our rotation later in the year. We stick with what we do, and do we go to 7 or 8? How do we do this? My druthers, I'd rather play 9 or 10 guys. That's what I'd rather do, but I'm going to do whatever puts us in the best position we need to be in.
So it is back in action Thursday night in Columbia against Mizzou. The Cats beat the Tigers by 49 in Rupp Arena. It'll tip off at 9 o'clock on ESPN. Coming up in the next half hour, Devin Booker, one of the hottest young players in the country, talks about going out to Missouri. He strongly considered going to Mizzou, but he's doing his thing here at Kentucky. Sam, Amber.
That he is, Rob. Thank you. After Thursday, the Cats will be right back on the Rupp Arena floor playing Alabama Saturday night. It has been a tough day for some travelers here in Lexington. We'll show you how the snow in the Northeast is slowing down their trips.
When it comes to battling childhood obesity, food is not the only key. The roles that sleep plays in better living.
And a final farewell today for a former Kentucky governor and U.S. Senator. We'll show you the goodbye for Wendell Ford on WKYT News at 5:30.